You're sitting there, unaware of the intense battle raging within your brain. 1.8 million neurons die every minute, a staggering number that's hard to wrap your head around. Your brain is on fire, literally, as inflammation runs rampant. Think about it, what's happening in your brain right now? It's a war zone. Your immune system is fighting, but what's it fighting? You might expect it to be fighting off a foreign invader, like a virus or bacteria. But surprisingly, it's often fighting your own cells. Take, for example, the case of Alzheimer's disease, where the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy neurons, leading to a decline in cognitive function. In fact, studies have shown that in patients with Alzheimer's, the brain's immune cells, called microglia, are overactive, leading to the destruction of up to 50% of dopamine-producing neurons. You won't believe the answer, but it's a complex mix of genetics, environment, and even your own thoughts. The good news is that you have the power to influence this battle, to calm the flames and reduce the inflammation. So, what's happening in your brain right now? The answer might just change your life. Meet the microglia, the brain's immune cells, constantly on the lookout for threats. They're like the fire department, rushing to put out fires. But sometimes they get it wrong, attacking the good guys. Your brain's wiring gets damaged, it's a real problem. For instance, in Alzheimer's disease, microglia can contribute to the formation of plaques, which can lead to a 60% loss of dopamine-producing neurons, as seen in a study on patients with the disease. You feel anxious, you feel depressed, and it's not just in your head. It's like a game of telephone, where messages get mixed up, and the wrong signals are sent. Surprisingly, microglia are also involved in the process of synaptic pruning, where they eliminate unnecessary neural connections, a process that's crucial for learning and memory. You might be surprised to know that microglia make up about 10% of all cells in the brain, and they're not just limited to the brain, they're also found in the spinal cord and even the retina. As you navigate your daily life, your microglia are hard at work, trying to keep your brain safe, but sometimes they need a little help, and that's where you come in. By taking care of your overall health, you can help your microglia do their job better. Cytokines are the messengers, and they're hard at work in your body. You see, Illinois 1 beta is the key player here. It's like a switch that triggers a cascade of events. When it's turned on, inflammation starts, and it can spread quickly. For instance, in the case of a condition like rheumatoid arthritis, Illinois 1 beta can cause significant damage, with some patients experiencing a whopping 50% reduction in joint function if left untreated. Your brain's blood vessels get leaky, allowing toxic chemicals to pour in, and you're in trouble. This is happening in your body right now, as your immune system responds to internal and external threats. What's surprising is that cytokines can even affect your mood, with some studies suggesting that elevated levels of Illinois 1 beta can contribute to depression. It's a complex process, but essentially, your immune system is constantly communicating with your body, making adjustments on the fly. You might not even notice it, but it's always working, like a silent guardian, protecting you from harm. And it's fascinating to think that this intricate dance is happening in your body at this very moment, with cytokines like Illinois 1 beta playing a crucial role. The gut-brain axis is real, and it's fascinating. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve a nail, which is pretty wild. But what's happening in your gut affects your brain in profound ways. The vagus nerve is the connection, a complex network that allows messages to travel back and forth between your gut and brain. It's like a highway, constantly transmitting information. For example, studies have shown that people with irritable bowel syndrome, like around 45 million Americans, are more likely to experience anxiety and depression. When your gut is unhappy, your brain gets unhappy, and you feel it. Your mood changes, your thoughts change, and it can be debilitating. Surprisingly, research has found that the gut microbiome produces many of the same neurotransmitters as the brain, including serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and emotions. This means that an imbalance of gut bacteria can have a significant impact on your mental health. You might not even realize it, but your gut is influencing your thoughts and feelings every day. The connection is undeniable, and understanding it can be a game changer for your overall well-being. You're reading this right now, and your brain is processing the information. But what if I told you that your brain's inflammation level is affecting your ability to focus? It's true. When inflammation is high, your brain's filter gets clogged. You can't think straight. You feel tired. You feel sluggish. Think about it, if you're like the average person, you're consuming around 20 teaspoons of sugar per day, which can lead to chronic inflammation. For example, a study on the effects of sugar on the brain found that consuming high amounts of sugar can impair cognitive function, with one study showing that rats fed a high-sugar diet performed 30% worse on memory tests. What's surprising is that inflammation can also affect your creativity, with research showing that people with higher levels of inflammation tend to have less original ideas. You can take control of your brain's health by making simple changes to your diet and lifestyle. By reducing your sugar intake and incorporating anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric and omega-3 rich salmon, you can improve your focus and mental clarity. You have the power to clear the mental fog and unlock your full potential. Most doctors get this wrong. They think neuroinflammation is just for Alzheimer's patients. But it's not, it's for anyone with a brain. You're at risk. When you eat that donut, you're triggering inflammation. When you don't exercise, you're triggering inflammation. You're in control. For instance, a study on the effects of sugar on the brain found that consuming high amounts of sugar, like the 30 grams in a single can of soda, can lead to neuroinflammation. Surprisingly, did you know that neuroinflammation can also be triggered by lack of sleep, with research showing that just one night of poor sleep can increase inflammatory markers in the brain? It's a vicious cycle, and it's up to you to break it. By making simple changes to your daily routine, like swapping that donut for a healthy snack or taking a short walk during your lunch break, you can reduce your risk of neuroinflammation. You have the power to take control of your brain health, and it starts with understanding the truth about neuroinflammation. So, what's holding you back from making a change? It's time to take charge and start protecting your brain. In 1953, two scientists made a bet that changed everything. They discovered that neuroinflammation can be good. It's like a double-edged sword. When it's balanced, it helps your brain heal. But when it's out of control, it destroys. You need to find the balance. But how? That's the million-dollar question. Take the example of NFL player Jim McMahon, who suffered from chronic neuroinflammation due to repeated head injuries, resulting in dementia at just 46 years old. His case highlights the devastating consequences of uncontrolled neuroinflammation. On the other hand, a study by the University of California found that moderate exercise can reduce neuroinflammation by up to 30%. Surprisingly, did you know that your gut microbiome plays a significant role in regulating neuroinflammation? It's true, an imbalance of gut bacteria can trigger neuroinflammatory responses. You see, it's all about balance. When your body is in harmony, neuroinflammation can actually help your brain recover from injuries. But when it's disrupted, it can lead to a downward spiral of destruction. So, finding that balance is crucial, and it starts with understanding the complex relationships between your brain, body, and environment. You now know the surprising science of neuroinflammation. But here's the thing, you can control it. You can reduce inflammation. You can heal your brain. But will you? That's the question. What will you do tomorrow to change your brain's inflammation level? The answer might just change your life. For instance, did you know that a study on meditation found that just 30 minutes a day can decrease inflammation markers by up to 30%? That's a significant reduction. You can start with small steps, like incorporating turmeric into your diet, which contains a powerful anti-inflammatory compound called curcumin. Interestingly, the brain has a unique cleaning system, called the glymphatic system, which was only discovered in 2012. It's a game changer. By making simple lifestyle changes, you can boost this system and reduce inflammation. So, what's holding you back? You have the power to take control of your brain's health. Tomorrow, you could start by drinking more water, getting some exercise, or practicing deep breathing exercises. The key is to find what works for you and make it a habit. Your brain will thank you, and so will your body.